Here we go. One owner, two owner.
Hello, gentlemen.
We got the owner of the chalupas and the Alaskan bullworms in the house. The owner of pizzeria is on his way. He's
The
gonna be here
unfortunate
soon.
runner-up.
Doesn't know how to drive a car.
Hell yes. What is up,
The
everyone?
brothers.
Yeah.
What's going on,
We
brothers?
got
How
about
we
half,
Yes,
doing?
sir.
like half the league in here tonight. Cheers, cheers. Here we go.
Let's go.
Cheers.
Cheers. To the league. To the league.
To the We Like Men Fantasy Football League.
To our champion, the commissioner.
Welcome to the bottom of the barrel. To all you grubby groupers and floundering friends, to another edition of the Bottom Feeders Podcast, the first podcast dedicated to the last. Sit back and enjoy the blast and the rush of watching our team shrivel in the clutch or not showing up in games that mean so much. Here at the bottom, we talk about it all, every decision that led us to our downfall.
The backside of Brandon Moore will knock the ball out.
Quarterback arm going forward.
Welcome to the Bottom Feeders.
Oh shit, I left my trophy at my place. Damn it.
Ooh.
I should have brought it to flex on the pod.
Remote?
Oh,
You're doing the podcast remote?
Yeah, I'm at my girlfriend's
we're
place right
recording
now. We're
the
bunkered
football.
down for this big
Snowstorm.
winter storm coming to Virginia. Yeah.
It's hitting y'all and not us. That's
Yeah,
really
dude.
it's cool. That's cool. And y'all dumbasses went to the Poconos for a winter storm.
We're
How's that
snowboarding.
decision
We're
looking?
snowboarding.
I hope you enjoy your snow sports.
Oh, I'm gonna get trapped and have to get drunk with my friends for another day.
Your brown
Yeah.
ass don't belong up there for sure in the snow.
Y'all aren't getting it that bad. They're saying for Virginia
I'm
we're
the
gonna get
brownest
like
person. Yeah, I'm getting sacrificed first.
Like brown folks, we can do winter sports, but like
No.
there being a blizzard coming, Vargas, exactly. Like you setting
Yeah,
yourself
I'm
up for a
getting
horror movie situation. Like that's come on, man.
I watched all the Jordan Peele movies before I came up here in preparation.
All right, that's good prep though. That's
Yeah.
good prep work. Out of
Yeah.
solidarity, I'm proud of you, brother.
I want to say before we start, I know you guys are the host, but I want to do an inventory about what everybody's drinking here. So far, I've got a Coors Banquet can. I've got some whiskey here and a New York Jets rocks glass. The camera's over here. There we go.
very nice.
What are you guys sipping on tonight? That's what I want to know. That's the important stuff.
Well, I made some jungle juice because my sister just turned 21, and I wanted to show her what I used to do in college, and I haven't had jungle juice in so many years.
Buffalo
Man,
Jungle. Yep, you can't beat that.
you got me messed up. Man, it's with some brandy, so we've classed it up.
Yeah, so I got some just good old Miller Lite, and then I think later tonight my girlfriend made some like apple infused bourbon
Ooh.
that I'm probably going to be
Good
sipping on for the
damn.
second half.
Pretty
A
sad.
man can dream.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with the Hispanic stereotypes. I got tequila soda here, of course.
Damn.
Checks out.
Yeah.
El Chalupa's tequila
Yeah.
soda.
Yeah.
Great. You know, Ultra Lupus, Taper Fade.
Got the Red Club
Yeah.
exclusive for Alaska. Supplies are limited.
Cool.
Dude,
All right,
no
so
bourbon yet.
let's-
Though.
Hey,
Hey,
Yes,
One
sir.
brown boy,
shit.
right. Two
my
brown boys.
guy.
Holy shit.
Guess you are browner though if you think it's fine.
Fuck.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I forgot. Y'all brought two motherfucking man. The UN is gonna have to hear about this shit, man. Y'all better not do no funny shit. And if the horror movie situation breaks out, you motherfuckers better die first,
Don't
Doug.
worry. I'm in
Mike,
the
I'm
back
talking
of,
to
I'm in
you.
the back of the driveway.
I'm the fastest
Yeah.
person.
Better not hear about how Osaka got hit first and then they got Vargas. I'm like, you motherfuckers, bro. Come on.
Malcolm,
We
I'm the only
talked
dude
about
back
this.
here. I'm faster than
And Doug, you
everybody. I
next.
should
You definitely
survive.
third. You the fast one. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They're gonna have a cutaway scene where Doug's running as fast as shit. He's gonna think he got away, and then all of a sudden he's just gonna slide down the mountains and shit's gonna get him. You're like, fuck, man.
I'm gonna get my back broken again.
All right. Let him talk. Boys. We got too many people. Let him talk.
Mike.
It's an official podcast. It's an official podcast.
Very, very important business here.
Really new.
And another episode of the
Bottom Feeders Podcast. We are live. Carson alongside Malcolm. Malcolm, how you doing today?
Let's get it. I'm live. We are live. We got our friends here, the league mates. This is 14 years of friendship, competitiveness. Man, I'm excited. I'm hyped. Let's
14 years of friendship. We are here with the man himself. Fuck my butt, Tebow. Mike. Mike, how you doing?
Yeah, man, myth, legend. I mean, I am the world's biggest loser. It is what it is, but I'm here to explain my season, explain my Blazing Bull run, And I'm honored to be a part of the podcast, boys. Let's get it rolling.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Glad to have
So,
you, sir.
this is your first time listening. Just to tell you a little bit about the podcast, we are a podcast, as you heard from the intro, dedicated to the last. Malcolm, so we've been in fantasy football, the same league, for about 14 years. It is called the WLM Fantasy Football League. What does that stand for again, Malcolm?
White Lives Matter?
Close. The other WLM, of course.
Oh, we like men.
We like men, absolutely. And we have our season's last place finisher here with us, Mike. We're gonna dive into
coming
that.
in hot.
But coming in so ice cold. Could not be more ice cold. But yeah, we're coming.
The man was so hot he retreated to the Poconos.
Yeah, no, we're in the Poconos of Snowmageddon this week. We're gonna get about 2 feet up here, recording in remotely. We're happy to be here. You know, it was a little last minute thrown together here, but It's an honor to be here, boys. I'm ready to talk about my season. I've already done my punishment, so it's I wonder.
Special jersey for a special boy right here.
Oh, wow.
That's incredible. There you go, my friend. You can throw it on if you want to be a real
nice
man.
little bib for you.
Or you can use it as a
I'm not
bib.
wearing this fucking. I'm not wearing this motherfucker. No way. What size is this?
I found it thrifting. You got the sleeves on for you. So
It's all water under the bridge at this moment. You guys were both present at the punishment, so I'm sure you enjoyed it. I was up until 4 a.m. Using El Baño that night for sure. It was brutal, but and we have another league owner entering the space here. We have Pizzeria just got to the Poconos, so we officially. There's a clip of me. Yep, perfect. We have half of the league present on the Zoom call right now, technically. So I'm ready to get it started. Talk about my season, my draft, everything. Just waiting for you guys to lead the way. Yep. I had the sleeveless Sanchez jersey rocking there as well on the punishment.
Oh, yeah. Spectacular to see so many league mates together, and spectacular to see you eating the wings. Before we get into the season, what was it like eating those wings, I guess, in the moment, and then give us some of the detail afterwards about that 4 a.m. El Baño trip.
Yeah. So for me, specifically during the wings, I went into it not expecting anything, just like, we're just eating some regular wings. The wings actually came out. They got placed in front of me. I could smell the heat off of them. And I was like, I might be in trouble here. This might actually go worse than it was because the blazing sauce kind of got changed up a little bit over the past years. They changed it back to blazing knockout this year. And I think it is honestly a return to form for the blazing sauce. It was hot as hell when I was eating those wings. Didn't really feel it till about wing 3 or 4. And after that, as league owner Pizzeria has always said, just eat the fucking wings, right? So I had to lock in. I said, it's not going to get any cooler. Say that. It's not going to get any cooler from here out. The sooner you eat the wings, the sooner this will be over and you can start your recovery process. So I
wish I had that mentality.
Yeah, it was rough. It was kind of a mind over matter thing. Shout out to LA Beast on YouTube,
Like and subscribe.
Over matter,
to both.
New Jersey legend. But got a time of, I believe it was 4:39. Correct me if I'm wrong.
4:39 was the final
absolute
score.
Beast of a time, if I do say so myself. And after that, stomach was hurting. I pre-tums, I post-tums. I went home, took a dump. Couldn't sleep because of stomach pain. Took a dump at 3
We're getting old. You pre-tums and post-tums, and still had to pay the punishment? Damn.
Yeah, it was bad. Laid in bed for another hour, took another dump at 4 a.m, woke up, took a dump in the morning that was burning, and then that was it. So I had about, I guess it's a total of 4 blazing dumps from 10 wings. And I will tell you, B-dubs, get your shit together. The wings were fucking overcooked, all right? The blazing wings were hot. At least make them good chicken, okay? Please.
That's something I think all of us here have done the wing challenge.
Right.
At least
I can
the 3 of
stand for
us
some
here.
chicken critiques now. Not to be stereotypical, but
it 100%
they look dry.
It 100% hurts way worse going
honestly,
out.
Could have been bigger too. For a chain like that, they could get bigger chicken wings. I'm just saying, man. I go to a dive bar, I got bigger wings. You're a fucking conglomerate, Buffalo Wild Wings. You got all these advertisements out there in game day. You can give me a bigger wing. Make it a challenge for me, all right? I mean, 10 wings, make it hard.
Yeah.
Man versus food. Come on.
I believe 10 wings in 4.5 minutes, like the wings per minute, because I know we've upped the wings from past years. That's the fastest time we've ever recorded. So at the very least, you won that this year.
Yeah, I do. Wings per minute was it was definitely a good timing. 4:39:06 as the time just said right there.
Yeah.
I'm proud of my performance. You know what it is? I had all my wings checked by the owner of the Chalupa's, perennial runner-up in the league. You know, second place king. He's over there right now.
4-time second place finisher, but still a 2-time
Call
champ.
him Josh Allen.
Cup trophy.
Hey, two-time winner though. Two-time winner. Also.
He is a two-time
Oh, right.
winner.
He's actually won. Never mind. He's not Josh Allen.
But he's like LeBron, right? I mean, gets to the championship a lot, loses more than half of them. It is what it is.
That's a great
I
comparison.
like the comp either way.
I had my wings verified by a third party to atone for boneless gate because, as we remember during the COVID, I also was the loser, and I did a boneless blazing challenge, and that was a big talk and stir in the league for the past couple of years. So I believe with this stellar time, I kind of atoned for my boneless gate in the past, and also set a new record.
Yeah,
For all those who have suffered in the past, I appreciate.
Yes. Now, I mean, because the blaze, like, if you're gonna
understand the pain of the actual challenge now.
Like, if you're gonna lose, like, go for it. Like, these people don't believe in you. Like, I guess is at the table.
Hey.
Dubs, 13 minutes, 14 minutes.
I like the mentality.
I'm gonna do it in 4 minutes. You're picking last, bitch.
Come on.
Yeah, I think every single person in the league. So we base our draft orders based on everyone guesses for the last place finisher. Every single person in the league guessed a higher time than you finished by at least a minute and a half.
But
that's what I'm saying. I'm a beast. I'm just mind over matter.
To your point, I believed in you, right? And I didn't want to go too low, but I did go low.
That. No, it's got to be a respectable guess. Like I guess last year there was a little controversy as well because the precedent was a 6-piece wing. Brian went to the 10 or the 12 or whatever it was.
I believe he did 12 on his own,
based on a 6.
Raise the stakes.
It was the whole controversy. It was
Pizzeria. That sounds about right.
Controversy every year, I think, is the definition of fantasy football. But circling back to what got you into the Blazing Bowl, let's talk about your draft a little bit because I'm sure a ton of listeners out there also finished in last place. They want to kind of feel better about themselves and know they're not alone in it.
Yeah, so I'm going to pick up my draft here. Okay, there we go.
There we go. Here is the full draft.
I've got my draft up myself here just for my team.
I love the poker shades to go into the draft review because I feel like it's appropriate. You can't see this. You know, so you got to unsee this, both and also review it to see it.
I can't give away my baby blue eyes on my first episode appearance, right? We'll say that. So, excuse me, my first round pick. As you all may know, remember me from this league. The league members know I used to go running back. In past years, I've always gone big receiver first round. I fell in love with Malik Neighbors. I drafted him in 3 out of 4 of my leagues this year. Oof. Those are the 3 leagues I did not make the playoffs in. The one league I didn't have Neighbors as an owner is league that made the playoffs in. I got 3rd in that league, so I made my money back. But it is what it is. And this league, I was very torn because I almost went McCaffrey, right? But I said the injury scared me. This and that.
Torn? Malik Neighbors?
Yeah, no, he got hurt. He got hurt early, Malcolm, if you remember correctly. So.
It did suck.
And second round, I drafted Jonathan Taylor, right? So imagine I had a fantasy team with both CMC and Jonathan Taylor this year, right?
Yeah.
We would be a Blazing Bowl. I'm not saying I would not have made the Blazing Bowl, but CMC plus JT, what he did early season, we probably would have been in a different spot. That's all.
I think
you know what we call that, Mike? A turnaround.
No, it is definitely a turnaround. I mean, but Neighbors followed me at the 8. I liked him a lot. I actually had a little backstory for you. I had an early trade offer in for it was Malik Neighbors and Jameson Williams trading with whatchamacallit here. Now St. Jalen Alexander Hurts, formerly St. Nick Foles. He had offered me Amon-Ra St. Brown and Mike Evans because I had Baker Mayfield. I declined.
Shout out to Philly.
In hindsight, maybe I should have accepted it. But
what could have been? There's always the what ifs every year in fantasy. What ifs? They'll keep you up at night.
Marvel has a whole franchise devoted to that.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Raiders. We were not even going to talk about the Raiders, Malcolm. I don't think that's important.
That's later in the show, Mike. Come on.
3rd round. Let's see.
I face my Blues every week.
Oof. 3rd round. Only got worse from there.
Yeah, no, it definitely got
talking about? We are talking about Mike's missteps, mistakes, and regrets from the draft. That is what we are talking about. Whoever that was.
That's what we're talking about here. So Malik Neighbors, round 1, obviously died. Jonathan Taylor, probably my only solid pick in the first 6 or 7 rounds.
I love the honesty. You're a real one.
I mean, you think about it, right? Garrett Wilson, he was solid beginning of the year, but he also died.
As a Jets fan, real quick, as a
And he
Jets
wasn't-
fan, I had to ask you, what was the logic behind selecting Garrett Wilson? Because as a Raiders fan, over the years, y'all have critiqued me for taking Raiders, and I'm like, I now have to understand, or at least rationalize within myself, that this is not a rational decision. You know what
Do
I
you want to
mean?
know
Like, just the loyalty is not real. You know?
if you really want to know why? Number one, as a Jets homer, I did believe in Justin Fields early, which
Oh,
foolish
I
of
so
me,
did
I
too.
get.
I was all in on Fields.
I
I
was
remember
targeting.
that time.
I was
There was a
targeting.
time when we all believed.
I mean, when we signed him, I was like, we're going to be great. We're going to go over 500. Stupid ass me.
500, great for the Jets.
I was targeting JSN. He went
Bottom
3 picks
feeders.
before. My backup was James Cook. He went the next pick. I wanted no part of Tyreek, even though he went after that. And then it was Garrett Wilson, right? I didn't want to risk taking Hampton right there, rookie running backs. I'm not crazy on. I liked Harvey this year, but again, rookies are, unless they're like a receiver like an Igbuka or a Ted McMillan, like a bona fide receiver one coming into a system, I really try and stay away from the rookies. So right there, you're looking at value with Garrett Wilson. Other than it was old man Kamara,
Yeah.
QBs at Hurts and Jaden Daniels. Didn't want to take QB that early. Chuba Hubbard, Brees Hall, George Kittle. I mean, maybe Mike Evans, but I figured
Yeah, I mean that right there,
draft.
I think we saw league to league that like end of round 3, beginning of round 4, so many misses. Like Tyreek Wilson, Hampton, Kamara, Jaden Daniels, Chuba, even Brees was not close to his ADP this year. So
And the
just
only
a
thing I
rough
would
top.
qualify this with is, honestly, I would, after 14 years of watching Mike select running backs, Mike is a great discerner of talent at the running back position in fantasy. I've seen him do it for many years successfully. So this year, honestly, being spurned and having this much trepidation going into your decision-making process, hearing you talk about your thought process going into it, I feel as though that's a pitfall that almost anybody could fall into in that sense, because it's like, oh, this is only logical in that sense, following the order. We've talked about in episodes previously, the way we start runs and do different things. I feel like I, at the back of the draft, or Carson or some other folks, have definitely had to be very strategic in the way in which we have made selections, because we know exactly what our league mates are going to do. And it sounds as though you kind of had the same thought process.
So with that in mind, Mike, I just wanted to kind of, after Garrett Wilson, you went Terry McLaurin in the 4th, and then you went Jamison Williams in the 5th. So you went 1 running back, 4 receivers to start your draft. How
the
much
opposite of
the
what you've done in
struggles-
years previously.
Yeah, do you think you're going to keep that strategy and it was just a fluke year with injuries, or are you going to go back to a running back heavy draft in the future, do you think?
What? You're asking me to give you my strategy for next year away right now?
Where's your
mind?
mind?
That's kind of dirty.
Supposedly, are you going to help the people, Mike?
I honestly
You
have to
got, our
evaluate,
league mates
right?
are definitely a large part of our subscriber base, but I also think we're growing, and there might be some other people looking to learn from a master of the craft such as yourself.
I'm evaluating everything right now, all aspects of the organization, because I thought Terry was a slam dunk. Again, I wanted to take Mike Evans. He got sniped the pick before me, and I did end up trading for him late in the season, and he broke his collarbone the same week. So
I mean,
we can get to that later on in the draft, because I traded J-Mo Williams for him, who ended up, as soon as I traded him and they fired their OC, I believe Jameson Williams became a world beater. But I stayed away from the RB heavy strategy only because of value and because of where people fell, right? Because Kenneth Walker, injury problems, right? I wasn't heavy on him. After that, it was Trevion. That was like a 3-way split backfield, if you remember, in the preseason for New England. I wasn't.
They had Gibson too. They had Antonio Gibson.
Exactly. So I wasn't heavy on that backfield early. The guy who went after that was James Conner. Didn't like him, and he ended up dying as well. After that, it was Swift and Pollard. Like the running back position, where I started drafting them, I almost had to go 0 RB in a way, because I was, Terry was my guy, right? Last year I had him. He was incredible.
Everyone loves Terry.
I did not expect, 1, Terry to be hurt as much as he was, and 2, Jaden to have such a sophomore slump as he did. Jaden Daniels this year.
That is interesting.
Slump. He had a sophomore slump, and then he just got hurt. So I was like, I got stuck with Terry, and I was holding the bag on him. I couldn't have traded that guy even if I wanted to, right? And I thought he was going to be a world beater. Like, when I tell you I drafted this team and I was like, I'm winning the championship, I never felt that in my life before. I'm always very apprehensive after my draft. Like, oh, I could have done better here. I could have done better there. I drafted this team. It was, J-Mo, Terry, Neighbors. I was like, dude, I've got a high-powered, deep threat offense. I had Baker Mayfield. I got him, I thought, on a steal. I thought I
Last
was
week
set up for a
we
championship
we
run.
talked about it on the show, Mike. We absorbed a lot of flack in the draft chat afterwards. Immediately after the draft, I feel like a lot of people were talking their stuff because they felt as though they drafted a great team. And I
Yeah,
think the thing that we find out year after year, especially in how deep our league is, injuries and divisional matchups really matter. And when I say divisional matchups, I don't mean the actual divisions of our fantasy league. I mean the actual teams that both we root for and then also that end up playing each other year after year. And it seems as though whether it's
Yeah.
because whether that actually
Oh yeah.
influences our draft strategy or whether or not like our rosters have just kind of reflected our rooting interests over the years. We talked about it before. I've had Patrick Mahomes as my quarterback. I've had Justin Herbert. You guys have had Malik Neighbors and Garrett Wilson. Like these players end up kind of like influencing how our teams perform
Yeah.
overall. And the
And
Patriots being this dominant this year definitely kind of
well,
influenced how the Jets performed, I think.
Malcolm, to your point about divisions too, I think it's something that isn't talked about a ton in the pre-draft process in fantasy. But like, if you're Drake May this year, you got to play the Jets twice, the Dolphins twice, and the Bills shit-ass defense twice. Like, so there's value there. And this is kind of trying to guess which division's
We
gonna
talked about
suck.
this last week. That's
Yep.
why he's not going to win MVP because all of your divisional games, essentially, production wise, don't necessarily count as a standout performance.
Yeah. So
As a player who's trying to rise, they definitely count for
yeah.
your rise in the league, but they don't
Mhm.
necessarily dictate MVP
Yeah.
performance.
So Mike, one
Yeah,
last thing. So just to
for
recap
sure.
with the draft, at least, I believe if you let's call Jamison Williams, Mike Evans in terms of just draft pick, because you traded for him there, you had your rounds 1, 3, 4, and 5, first, third, fourth, and fifth round picks, all missed significant time for injury,
Oh
almost half
yeah,
the season. I mean, that's just some of the worst luck you'll ever see in fantasy ever.
yeah.
Shout out
And
to Matthew Skoll in our league, though.
That's what I was going to say as well. And I mean, if you even want to, that was going to be my next point, Carson. Thank you for bringing it up. I was going to even extend that to round 7 and 8. I drafted Baker Mayfield in the 7th, who was a very average quarterback this year, I would say.
very,
The loss of Cohen to the Jaguars, I think, severely inhibited that offense in Tampa Bay. And
yep.
then my 8th round pick was Cooper Kupp, who I ended up trading for Trey Benson
Oof.
in early October, right? I'm just saying, you want to extend the injuries to round 8 here.
Yep. Yeah,
Trey
you
Benson
good.
was supposed to come back the first week of November, excuse me, and he ended up never playing another game all season.
Yeah. And let's also include Baker because while Baker just didn't necessarily miss a lot of time this
He was
year,
hurt, yeah.
his receivers 1, 2, and 3 all missed significant time.
Bye
Yeah.
bye.
I mean, there's one week his number one receiver was Tez Johnson.
Yeah,
Like that's
Ted
gotta
Johnson.
impact fantasy.
Oh god. And the other part of that trade, it was a 2-for-2, was I traded Colston Loveland for Mark Andrews. So Andrews helped me in the regular season when I needed him, but
Bear down.
Loveland would have helped me a lot in the Blazing bracket where I got blown out basically all 3 weeks. Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, my entire I would say the first like 10 rounds of my draft were brutal. I mean, Rashid Shaheed was my only guy who was a constant. I mean, J.K. Dobbins as well. Again,
Also got hurt.
season-ending injury, round 9. So you can literally go through my entire draft. I mean, I drafted Adam Thielen, the Ravens. I drafted the Ravens defense
I mean,
in round 13. The Ravens defense was ranked 32 out of 32 for like the first half of the season. I ended up dropping them. Bashal,
So-
who never started a game. Zach Ertz.
just to stop you in a roll, though, Mike.
I'm just telling you, man. I'm
You're
still
not
pissed about
crazy
it.
for drafting
still
the
pissed about it.
Ravens defense.
I know.
How
I'm
could we
saying-
all have expected the Ravens defense to have such a steep decline? You know what I
Preseason,
mean?
I thought I had a championship team. About like week 6 or 7, I said I'm eating fucking wings, bro. Like it was
Yeah.
that bad.
You did call your shot too. I think it was after Mike Evans. You were like, this season's cursed. And sure enough.
Yeah, I traded for him. He broke his fucking. I was like, oh, he's coming back this week. I have the Baker stack. I'm like, I need to win out. Basically, let me make a move, try and spark the roster here. And he broke his fucking collarbone. That was. I believe it was like a primetime game against the Lions, and the Buccaneers got absolutely smacked by Detroit.
Yep.
Like Mike Evans exited early with the collarbone, and they just got absolutely boat raced. And
Yeah.
I was like, this is it. I basically just traded 2 of my top guys for fucking Jordan Addison. Like
Crazy.
because that was the other part
Who
of
had
it.
shit thrown to him all year. But so, Mike, let me ask you, wearing the Jets hoodie, whose season was worse for you? Fuck my butt, Tebow, or the New York Jets?
Um, Let me. That's a good question. I would say I'm going to say the New York Jets because fuck my butt, Tebow. Absolute legendary franchise. You know, we do have one ring. Shout out David Johnson on the Cardinals. I was like, what, 2016, whatever the fuck that was.
That was a great year.
Because this year, FMBT just got absolutely hit by the injury bug. And I was talking about it all year. You know, FMBT's injured, this and that. And Jake and McCallie and everybody was saying, well, everybody gets injury, everybody gets this. And then when you guys actually took a deep dive into my draft and saw the extent of my injuries, you really understood it, right? And you guys even stated that on this episode of the pod. You really saw that, like, wow, like 8 out of 10 of this guy's picks absolutely fucking died. And I was scrambling all year. The New York Jets had such high expectations, right? Aaron Glenn, cornerback for the Jets, former Jets player, defensive-minded guy, to replace Rob Saleh, right, who we fired for his defense or whatever the fuck we fired him for. Should have kept him. Just saying that.
Yeah. New Titans head coach.
Yeah, we're letting. Yeah, good for Rob Saleh. He deserves another head coaching job. I'll say it. Aaron Glenn, we let up how many points in our last like 6 games? We're letting up.
Is that on him,
a
though?
game, bro.
Yeah.
You're a
How
defensive
many of
coach.
your defensive play? How many of your defensive players, though, your best defensive players, did you trade within the course of this year?
2 of them. So Quinnen hurt. I love Quinn Williams.
2 of your best players.
Alabama guy. Sauce Gardner, we were going to overpay him anyway. So we got more than he was worth. He got
and who was left on the defensive end is also what I have.
Dude,
and Stevens emerged. You guys had a great secondary
Stevens did
play
not
at the end
emerge.
of the
Stevens
year.
was horrible all year.
Look. They gave up big plays. It's the Jets and the Raiders and whomever else we might just be discussing. These are big play givers. But I will also say your defense did look better. I have to say that much. Like, there were points in time in this year where your defense looked good, and obviously your whole team looked like crap some weeks.
0 interceptions.
You know?
Defense never looked good if you have 0 interceptions the whole season.
I'm not here defending this guy. I'm just saying that you guys didn't look atrocious all the time. You know what I mean? There were some bright spots.
Well, Malcolm, you mentioned the Jets and the Raiders both being horrible on offensively and defensively this year. I wanted to play
asset.
I want to play a quick game with you guys.
Let's do it
real quick. I have some fun little box scores of either a Jets or a Raiders starter this year.
Can I phone a friend? If there's other owners there.
First of 4, I want you guys to tell me which Jets or Raiders starter had this box score.
You can't see me.
You guys ready?
I can't wait.
All right. I made this earlier today. It's some pretty bad stuff. So we'll start
from a Jets fan. Carson being a Jets fan himself. So, all right. Oh, my God.
This is a quarterback. Played 100% of snaps, 64 passing yards on 25 attempts, 1 interception, no touchdowns. Which Jets or Raiders starting quarterback had this stat line this year?
This one's easy.
Brother.
All right, Malcolm, who's your pick?
I'll be right back. I have a treat.
Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett. Mike, what do you say?
I'm going to say Geno. I feel like this is like a sleeper for a starter. I really do.
This 64 passing yards on 100% of snaps is just crazy. This was Kenny Pickett, indeed.
I lost.
This was his 1 start, but we have another one coming up. So that's 1 point for Malcolm. This one here is one of our team's wide receiver ones at any point in the season. 4 catches, 23 yards. Finished wide receiver 61 on the week. And I promise he was started in almost all formats this week. Maybe not, but
you go first, Mike.
I'm gonna go with Garrett Wilson because I was a Garrett Wilson owner and I feel like he's let me down a lot this year. So I'm gonna stick with an FMBT guy because I didn't own any of the other people. So when in doubt, go with C.
I threw up a C, but now I realize throwing up a C is crazy. So just want to acknowledge that, but also go with C. No,
C.
I'm gonna go with C though. The answer is definitely
You would both be wrong.
Myers, Raiders legend. Oh my
This was
God.
Jacoby Myers'
Raiders
last.
legend is crazy. We got Tim Brown, we got Tim Branch, we got Randy Moss. Don't you be Jerry Rice? Come
I
on.
only
It's a
included this one
masterpiece.
because this was Jacoby Myers' last game as a Raider
Before he went to Jacksonville.
before he
Okay.
went to Jacksonville, and this is what he ended on.
Let's just talk about dysfunction in the Raiders organization. Jacoby Myers might be receiver one in Jacksonville. Just saying. He might be better.
I think he
He was
is.
receiver one in Vegas. Are we surprised?
That's all I'm saying. Yeah, but you guys.
Yeah, now it's Trey Tucker.
So
But
yeah, have fun with Trey Tucker.
I sum that all up to Josh McDaniels. Anything that happened under Josh McDaniels is Josh McDaniels related, which is losing. That's what it
yeah,
attributes.
you guys were losing long before Josh McDaniels, but
Yeah.
we'll
And
say
we were
that
losing
for another
afterwards,
day.
and we will be losing afterwards because of Josh McDaniels.
Oh my God, what is this
Here we
line?
go.
Oh.
Got another quarterback one
The
for you. 5 fantasy points on 100% of snaps. Only 152 yards passing with the interceptions you see there. No touchdowns again.
Okay, I know my answer. I know what I'm picking here.
I'll go first on this one because you know what? I'm gonna be very comical about this. Only one interception. I know it wasn't Geno. Give me Tyrod Taylor, please.
Yeah,
Tyrod.
you see, I would never put Tyrod in the spot. I love Tyrod Taylor. I would die for him. Despite Malcolm, after that answer, I'm going to pick Geno Smith. To spite Malcolm. Just to spite him as a Raiders fan. I'm picking C, Geno Smith.
One interception, Geno?
And this quarterback was Brady Cook.
Oh my God.
I
One
would
of his-
never answer Brady Cook. Okay,
You know
after
what? I
Tommy
was
Cook
gonna do
started
it.
that playoff game in 2016, I'm never picking a Cook again for my
I
quarterback.
did not think we were going to let Brady Cook pass the ball 33 times, but I'm giving the Jets too much credit. So
I believe this was the Jaguars game where they scored like 50 points, but
That's really
Holy
troubling
shit.
because I couldn't even discern whether Brady Cook played for the Jets or the Raiders. I knew that we were both in trouble,
The Jet-
and I was aware of Kenny Pickett was on the roster as well. So, but he could have been on either too.
Yeah.
So
no. So yeah, hard game. There are so many bad box scores I was looking at when I was compiling this. It's just hysterical to look at how bad our teams are.
So
I just
we still at 1-0? 1-0?
Still at 1-0, Malcolm.
We liked it, like the Raiders. We were scarce in the wins and the points, but
Yeah, this one
we're
here
still up.
played 84% of snaps, was targeted 8 times, and only finished with 13 receiving yards, 2.8 fantasy points. What receiver was this?
Malcolm, you or me first, bud.
You go first.
So this line, honestly, with how the Raiders and Jets seasons went, could have been any of these receivers.
That's what I was going to say.
But the 84% snap count kind of throws me off a bit. So I'm going to go with B, Trey Tucker, just because I feel like he's the one guy out of these who wouldn't have played 100%. Because A.D. Mitchell, when he was, when Garrett was out, he was on a lot. So I'm going to go with B, Trey Tucker. Yeah, just dart at the wall here.
I was torn between B and C. So since you went with
we
B,
got to go head to head then. Come on, man.
I'll go C.
All right, and this was indeed Garrett
Let's
Wilson.
go!
God, dude, Malcolm's kicking my ass. I mean, this is what you get. He's the
Come
podcast.
on.
Yeah.
Bottom feeders. Come on.
This is what it is. I'm a rookie.
This just speaks
If this
to
was
the
the floor,
quarterback
this
play of
would
the
be my
Jets all
category.
season, where Garrett Wilson can be targeted 8 times and get
It
less
speaks-
than 2 yards a target.
It also speaks to the coaching of the Jets. Having Garrett on the field for 84% of snaps and only giving him the ball 8 times. Having 3 catches on 84% of the snap count is fucking abysmal, which is why, again, I'm giving the Jets way too much credit. So congrats to Malcolm on another one.
All right, I think we got 2 more.
Oh, man.
Let's switch it up with tight ends here.
Hey,
Oh,
hold on.
shit.
I'm gonna go use the restroom. Have one of the other owners so that
They're in the
me.
basement. They left. They'll give me peace and quiet up here. There's no one up here. I could try and call someone, but I mean, no one's up here. Right? Malcolm, it's got to be you.
Malcolm, take a quick guess, and then we'll cut to break. Oh, he's gone. Malcolm has left the building. But
Okay, R.I.P. Malcolm. So
R.I.P. Malcolm.
Number
Well,
one.
you're down 2-0. You have 2 chances to tie it up without him.
Yeah, no, definitely not looking great for FMBT as a whole this season and this guessing game. But I will say, just from a macro standpoint, look at this list of fucking tight ends right now. Other than Brock Bowers, look at the other 3. Wait, Maine, come here. No, you come here, motherfucker. You non-league owner, I'm drunk. Excuse
I
me.
own this house.
No, you're good.
A, B, C, or D. House owner of the Pocono Palace. Pick one of these names.
Welcome to the podcast, man.
Hello.
Oh,
Pick
well,
one of these names for this.
so
Line.
I'm feeling Brock Bowers.
Okay, well that's okay. Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
yeah.
Probably the last name on the list I would have gone with, but with the way this fucking game is going, that might be it.
Are you gonna lock it in?
I don't know what I'm doing yet. I still have not decided. But while
Mm-hmm.
Malcolm's gone, Carson, how does it feel to win the league?
I will say it's a surreal feeling. It's one of those. Heck, even when we created this podcast, I don't think I've ever finished top 3 before this year. I think I had a few 4th place finishes, and there was the one year where Tuesday night I was in the championship, and Wednesday morning I was in the 3rd place game due to an Ezekiel Elliott stat correction. That put Matt Skull in the chip. So to make it here and to win after over a decade, almost 15 years, absolutely surreal feeling. It's an honor too. In a league of so many great men to finally hoist the trophy. I'll get that picture up and Malcolm can add it in post to show me with the trophy and Vargas crying. That's just
Sorry, gentlemen.
gold.
It's incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. Malcolm, what's your pick here, man?
Brock Bowers, fuck it. Let's go.
So we had Maine, the guy who owns the fucking house that we're staying in right now. He picked Brock Bowers. I personally am going to go with Mason Taylor because I'm just going to pick a jet here. 10 yards per attempt. I feel like Mason Taylor can get that out of him. I was going to go him or Ruckert, but Mason Taylor I'm just going to go with because why the fuck not?
Taylor had a lot of one-catch games this year, but Malcolm got it right.
Let's go!
This was the game right after he came back from injury and dropped like 40 in every format. He followed that up with a one-catch, 30-yard outing. I think we got 2 more after this, so I lied. 2 more, 1 more quarterback.
I'm fucking dead as it is. I'm doing terrible at this right now.
Yeah. So Malcolm, you got it up 3-0.
Hey, losers lose and winners win. You know what I mean?
Malcolm, I'll give it to you, brother. I will give it to you, man. You're kicking my butt right now. It is what it is.
Let's go.
We got a quarterback one, and then I believe we have a running back one next, and then
Does that say 2 points? Does that say 2 points?
This is 2.78 fantasy points on 10 of 16 passing for 67 yards. Just about the most nothing you could do in a game.
2 rushing attempts for a yard.
This is the Phantom. Tyrod Taylor.
But dude, 86% snap count with 16 passes. That's like what they did with fucking Sam Darnold this week.
It's like one of his starts. You know, he gets injured and then he's.
I believe this quarterback either got injured or benched in the 4th quarter of this game.
You know what? Live by the sword, die by the sword. Motherfucking Jet legend Geno Smith. I was at the game where he flipped off a fan and we all started chanting, "We want Vic" back in the day. So I'm picking Geno Smith, ride or die.
Like, you finally got one right. You are on the board.
That's good TV. That's just good. That's just good YouTube. That's good content making. I gave you one, you know. I just didn't want it to be Geno with a 0 interception game this year because it didn't feel like there were any.
It is crazy that he did not throw a pick. Well, 67 passing yards. This was not like a cold weather game. This wasn't a rain or a snow game. This was just the normal Raiders offense this year.
Hey, look, we've established that we all have some type of love and nostalgia for Geno. So like, if he sees this, just know, Geno, I do love you, right? But like, it was hard to watch that offense all year. It was really, really hard.
Hard to watch both of these offenses.
Can you repeat that?
I said, how much did you pay him again? How much is he making on the Raiders books?
Too much.
much.
But like, I'm a Raiders fan,
mil.
so if I was offended by how much we decided to pay a quarterback, I would not be a Raiders fan anymore. You know, shout out to Jamarcus Russell, who I think we're still paying.
We got one more running back for you here.
Brees
I
Hall.
want to point out
Brees Hall. My answer is Brees Hall, Brees Hall, Brees Hall, and Brees Hall.
I want to point out 1.92 yards per carry on this game. Just horrendous.
As a Brees Hall owner, I'm going to pick Brees Hall.
What am I even looking at? Raheem Mostert, did he play a game this year, Carson?
He actually was a
He
hot
did.
waiver wire
He
pickup
started.
1 week.
Didn't he start?
I think
What team
he
was
did
he on?
start one
The
game.
Raiders, or because he was on the Raiders. No, he was on the Raiders. He was on the
with the
Raiders. I
Raiders.
remember he was off-season signing a couple years ago. Then he
All right,
finally
well-
played a game this year.
despite Malcolm, because he's the biggest flop in recent memory, I'm going B. Ashton Gente because he had a fucking awful year. I understand the line was bad, but he's like, oh,
Flop?
I got the Michael
Flop?
Myers stance. I'm so
Flop?
good.
No,
I
flop,
fucking
Mike.
carried Boise
Flop
State.
is something that is not in your golf game,
Oh, the
but
most
it is not
overrated
Ashton
running back in the
Genty. That is
fucking
not.
league,
That is.
bro.
Oh my. Flop.
All right. Well, unfortunately for us, Mike, this was Brees Hall.
Come on. Come on. Come on, bro.
A horrible showing from Brees. I mean,
Yeah. Bow
I
your
was trying
head.
to fire
Bow your
myself up
head.
there,
Show some
Carson. I just
reverence.
feel like,
Show some
you set me up for
reverence.
failure here, Kamish. You set me up for
Bow
failure
your
with
head
these
and
fucking
close your
questions.
eyes, motherfucker.
but
Oh,
yeah.
man. Congrats, Malcolm. Congrats. Round of
So that was
applause.
it. I just wanted to highlight some of our Jets and Raiders failures. Well, that's it for the first probably 75% of the podcast. Mike, we'll let you go. Thank you so much for coming on. Before you sign off, Mike,
Much
any
love,
last
brother.
words for the people? Any advice? Any rants you want to go on? The floor is yours right now.
Any last words or advice? I will say this, right? If you feel like you have a good team in the draft, you probably don't. If you feel like you have a bad team after the draft, you probably have a fucking championship team. Um, you go into a draft, you do these mock drafts, you buy the magazines in the airport, you do all this strategy. Draft day comes, and then you get a Jamokes or a St. Nick Foles that comes in, and they snipe your guy pick before you're on the clock for 90 seconds and you have to find a backup plan, right? So everybody has a 3 month long plan until shit hits the fan. And you really need to have a contingency plan. And that's what this year has taught me, right? While I wanted Neighbors, while I wanted Terry at some point, I wanted Mike Evans, but Mike Evans didn't work out. So I had to, take a backup plan. I ended up having to go to JMO Williams because I truly believe that JMO was going to be Amon-Ra St. Brown this year, which might be
It's
crazy.
coming soon.
Might
It's
be
coming
crazy
soon.
to
Don't
think.
believe
Like,
your eyes.
look at what he did when Dan Campbell started calling the plays, right? I mean, look at what Jamison Williams actually did when they throw him the fucking ball. It's all about play calling. That kid's got talent. But what it really comes down to is you make a draft plan, you mock draft, but you really what I'm going to do next season. I'm not going to give everybody my draft strategy, receiver, running back, tight end,
Come
quarterback.
on.
No.
Come on.
It's too early for that. We don't have any mocks. We don't have any rankings out. Nothing's even printed yet for next season. What I'm going to say is I'm going to have more contingency going forward, most definitely, because I've never done that before. And I think that could elevate my fantasy draft moving forward in year, what is it, 14, 15?
I believe next year is 15. I'll have to check
Exactly.
my numbers, but yeah.
15-year league. Props to Kamish, obviously running a beautiful league. Props to everybody.
Facts.
Yeah, thank you.
But you have your main plan, and I've never done a backup plan. I've always scrambled. So next year I want to have less scrambling, right? When I have my first round pick, I want to have first choice, second choice, third choice. And I think I'm going to do that for every single pick. And that might be a little too in-depth for some of you, but that just means you're a fucking casual, right? That means you don't care. That means
Put the
you
hammer
don't fucking
down.
want it.
Hell
that means
yeah.
You don't care about the roster.
Come on, Mike.
Hell fucking yes.
I'm not eating fucking
Hey.
wings next year. Fuck Vargas. Fuck the chalupas. They're eating those fucking.
Let's go.
All
Come
right?
on.
Hey, we love it. Well,
Hey,
Mike, thank
on
you
the-
so much for
real
coming
quick,
on.
I just
What?
want to say before Mike leaves, on the first episode, I talked about how the ethos of a bottom feeder, right, is someone who they eat while they still at the bottom.
I
They
eat the
grow.
wings.
They
Yep.
grow. They do get larger at some point,
That was good.
and they swim up to the top. And we didn't even record that first episode. We couldn't. We had failed audio. We had a lot of things. There
Yeah,
were a lot of
copyright
failures
issues on the first
that come
episode.
up.
Yeah.
Copyright issues.
MCA.
Things come up in life, right? But you face the adversity. You come out of the fire. You emerge from the blazing bowl. And you return to your championship form.
For sure.
And Mike,
No, I agree. Yes.
I hear you, brother. I hear you. You are on the path, sir. So keep on stepping. You are a high stepper.
I knew it. I mean, look at the Blazing bracket. I got blown out by over 40. Round 2, I lost 150 to 77. That's a fucking ass beating. And then the last round, Jake beat me by 16.
Yeah.
So,
Getting doubled is hard to
mean,
do.
Once I lost by 40 and then 50, I'm like, I'm eating wings. And I knew it. I told you in week 5, I had a bad feeling. I'm like, with these injuries, once Neighbors had that injury, I'm like, that's my first round pick. Even if I keep everybody else, it's going to be hard to come back from that, right?
You
Because
never,
you
you
stake
ever
your
just have
entire season on your first trip.
a sinking feeling, Mike? You
Oh, it
ever
was
just
brutal.
feel like,
I
Yep.
was with other
as a
league
Raiders
members
or
when we
Jets
watched that
fan,
injury happen, and he could
that the
afford that.
season and your fantasy season is also just not going the right
Yeah.
direction?
If I'm not mistaken, that was the week. There was the overtime game against the Cowboys where Nate had like 38 points, and Russ was just moonballing it. Like Dart went out of the game with a concussion, and Russ was just chucking the fucking ball.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, if we get this version of Neighbors, I might win it. Then he tore his knee on the fucking MetLife turf, and
We've talked about it before, and we briefly
Yep.
alluded to it before, but the concentration of Raiders, Jets, and also Giants fans in this league, as well as Eagles fans, especially this year, made for some interesting
fuck the
viewing
Eagles.
and some very
Yeah.
good chat.
There you go, Patullo.
All right,
Patullo,
well,
there you go. Good
Well,
hire.
we're gonna head to a quick break, Mike. Thank you again so much.
Let me
As
talk
you
to
said
your
it,
off, boys, but thank you for having me. Appreciate it. Great pod. Thanks for having
Come
me.
on back. Okay, come on back
Invite me and
now.
I'll be here,
Yeah.
boys. Invite me, I'll be here. I'm your loser until the next draft. So until
hell
then,
Hey.
fucking yeah.
there we go.
Bottom feeder.
All right, guys, stay tuned after the break. Me and Malcolm are gonna just do a quick breakdown of the playoffs, and then we will see you guys the week after. But once again, Mike, thank you, and we'll see you
Thank you.
guys after the break.
Go
Much
Jets.
love.
Oh, wait, whoops.
In pastel shades, hues are faded. Those colorways so outdated. Lost in the ways that you played it. Lost in the ways that you made it. Lost in the wave of my greatness. Drowning in haze of the faintest. Loud to the face, got me faded. And need a chase and we wasted. Told on my waist, won't display it. Just in case, won't explain it. Love to my haters who hate it. Trust when I say that I made it. In pastel shades, hues are faded. Those colorways so outdated. Lost in the ways that you played it. Lost in the ways that you made it. Lost in the wave of my greatness. Drowning in haze of the faintest. Loud to the face, got me faded. And need a chase and we wasted.
One and
We are back with the Bottom Feeders podcast, Carson, alongside Malcolm. Malcolm,
what up?
we were talking after the break about some of these upcoming playoff matchups, but first I just want to acknowledge our guest Mike in the first half.
Shout out to you,
And
sir.
we do got to give him credit as he has won the league once before. But he joined you this year as the only two-time loser of the league.
Bum bum bum.
How does it feel to no longer be the only one? That's got to be a weight off your shoulders.
I think we addressed it a little bit in the way in which we talked about how the draft has worked in our 14-year league, right? But I came to that realization years ago where I was like, man, I know ball. Everybody in our league knows ball. Damn, there are going to be some years where it's going to suck to lose to these people in particular, especially people I played ball with, right?
Yep.
Tough. But being a two-time loser kind of solidifies the fact that you're like, oh, this is not a confirmation of who I am, but where I'm about to go in this league is only motivation. So,
Yeah. Hey, I
welcome to the
know.
club, Mike. But also, we learned. So,
Yep.
let's
Hey,
get
for
it.
what it's worth, last year I was almost the second two-time loser, barely won in the Blazing Bowl, and now
It
here I
was
am, the
close.
champion.
One of
So
the closest Blazing Bowls we've ever seen.
yeah, so maybe it's just a sign of things to come. Who knows? Sometimes you gotta just pay your dues in life. But speaking of paying dues, the Buffalo Bills, I know we typically do a fumble of the week, a coaching fumble to make us feel better about ourselves as fantasy managers, to
I
know
wonder
that,
where he's going with this.
right? To know that our decisions, our failures aren't as bad as some of the ones that NFL head coaches are making.
I'm not paid to do this, and I can't get fired for this.
We have never seen a year, I think, with this many head coaching vacancies. Just goes to show you how bad the coaching has been. But the
We
Bills,
said last week that there might be more.
and more there were. And Buffalo Bills are now an open job, probably the most attractive head coaching job in the league right now. But how did they get there? They got to this point on an overtime interception that may or may not have been. So I wanted to do instead of a fumble of the week, let's do the interception of the week.
Interception of the week.
And Malcolm, I want to hear your opinion first. Was that an interception by the Broncos, or did Brandon Cooks catch that ball?
Did Donald Driver catch that ball in the playoffs? Was it a catch for Dez Bryant? I don't know. But what is clear to me is that we need to define what is and what isn't a goddamn catch. Okay?
Yeah.
I don't know. We know what targeting is. We know what holding is. We know what all these things are, right? And as somebody who, just in my other interest, right? I'm an anthropologist, right? We have lost definition throughout all of society. And if we cannot define what is and what isn't in sports, we can't define what is and what isn't anywhere else either. So let's start here. Okay. Was it a catch? Was it not a catch? Let's talk about it in the offseason. I don't know. I'm not a decision maker within the NFL, but I think it was an interception.
Yeah,
as a DB, as I will definitely confirm my bias as a former DB. I think it was a fucking interception. All right,
yeah.
There are too many. That shared possession. If it was shared possession, then it was a fumble, right? But if it would have been a catch, and then you wouldn't have ruled it as a fumble, then therefore it wasn't shared possession.
Would he have been down by contact with the shared possession? Like it's so
because it wasn't a football move.
For
you know
me,
what I mean? If you confirm it as a football move, then it was a fumble, and then it's definitely also still the defensive ball.
So, rare instance here, I agree with you that it was an interception. And truth be told, I don't know if we can ever define a catch because there's so many elements, so many quick moments, split second instances, movements.
I think we can all define what a catch is.
I think we can
We've
define
seen them
a
over
catch.
the years.
Exactly. So I think it's like with the Supreme Court case and their ruling of porn back in the day. Don't know how
weird thing to equate it to, but I maybe perhaps agree.
I think the exact quote from the Supreme Court ruling was, I don't know how to define it, but you know it when you see it.
Okay, I think I agree.
And that's kind of Dez Bryant, that was a catch. Calvin Johnson, that was a catch.
Perhaps
you know it when you see it. You watch that play, he caught that ball. Dez Bryant caught that ball. This play in question, it was a pick. Here's something that I don't think anyone's talking about. Did you notice Brandon Cooks' reaction after the play?
Yeah, he was pissed. He fucking thought he gave the ball up. He thought he lost the battle in the air.
His head was down. He didn't even try to fight the referees on it. Because I think deep down, even he knew. I didn't catch that ball. That was
could have gave better effort there.
Like
Brandon Cooks is a deep ball receiver.
Yeah.
He knows. If anybody knows how to win a ball in the air, right? They also might know what it feels like to lose a ball in the air. And it looked like he knew at that point in time he lost that one.
Yeah, I think even he knew it wasn't a catch. I think that was definitely an interception. And I know I've been seeing this new angle on Twitter and all this stuff, but
Twitter, what a reliable metric these days.
Right? Was it AI? Was it not? Who knows? With the videos we're seeing nowadays.
Brock? Who might that be?
But even with the replay they're showing,
is that not the MVP? Not
Brock?
Bo Nix.
Bo Nix. Well, let's kind of change gears then. Let's look ahead. Broncos without Bo Nix. Let's kind of break down each of these matchups we got coming up.
Who are the Broncos without Bo Nix?
I think they're the exact same because Bo Nix didn't do much. Like,
I might agree with that. I may not.
This team was never about Bo Nix, right? This team was about.
Shout out to That's Good Sports and all you Broncos fans who suck. I mean, shout out to all you Broncos fans. Dan, I just recently learned that you're a Broncos fan. I'm shouting names out on the podcast.
That's crazy.
But for all you that might know, that's one of our league mates. I just recently learned that one of the league mates I have the most contentious relationship with is a Broncos fan. And it just makes sense because Broncos fans are who they are. Shout out to Pat, the only Broncos fans in my life that I might have liked, and my cousin Janice, who I also like, who happens to be a Broncos fan.
So do you
That's two
think you're
people.
do you
It's
think
two people out
Janice
of hundreds of people I know.
so are Janice and Pat gonna be happy with Stidham this week, or are they gonna be watching the Super Bowl without their team in it?
Well, Pat's gonna cry, and Janice has a lot of kids, so I feel as though none of them are gonna be concerned with what's going on this week. My cousin loves football, but she also has her priorities straight, you know? And this is not something you prioritize as far as watching. If you're a Broncos fan, you might want to look away.
Hey, that's fair. I can't say I blame you. I don't know. I think Stidham has a shot. I think Stidham, I mean, he did start with the Patriots, I believe. I believe he was coached by Bill Belichick when his rookie and sophomore season.
Man, how reassuring. Josh McDaniels is the offensive coordinator.
Hey,
Where have I heard or seen that?
Josh McDaniels as an offensive coordinator for the Patriots is one of the best coaches of all time. No, having to do any other job, forget about it.
Wait, how much did he have to do with that, though?
Yeah, I think we're
Because
seeing
we've
a
seen
bit.
everywhere else where Josh McDaniels has had his footprint or handprint or just control over anything.
Well,
Um,
this year, the Patriots
how's that
offense
worked
this year
out?
is insane without Tom Brady. You
Hmm.
know,
And how much is he in control of over there though?
is he
With Mike
calling
Vrabel
plays?
also there, it's very similar or eerily similar to what Bill Belichick says. I believe he is calling plays, but like I don't think the issue is with his play calling. I think it's overall with his management of people, and I don't think he has many people to manage. I think he has plays to
Yeah,
call.
that's why he's a coordinator, not a head coach. I
No,
think
no,
it's
but like coordinators also interact with people and run offenses and also interact with organizations and or run organizations on certain sides of the ball. He has nothing to do with that this year, and I think that speaks to who he is and his capabilities.
he is
Chip
great.
Kelly is the same version of him, except more of a people person in the fact that he is
Chip
actually able to run
Chip
an
Kelly is
organization.
like
And Chip Kelly is not a people person. So
he's a young adults person. He did great in college. Let's give him credit. Let's give him credit. And I think we saw it
speaking to the
with
success of these people, I think to Josh McDaniels' point, they can have success, but I think that their truest versions and their best versions of themselves come when they are not involved
yeah, I
within the
agree.
other portions of managing people.
So what's your
Joe Brady.
final verdict? Patriots Broncos, who's winning?
If I had to call the game one way or another, I'd root for nobody, like I've been the whole time when I found out that this game was going to emerge. But Patriots are going to win because their defense is much better than the Broncos can actually afford to beat. The Broncos defense, I've been talking about it all year. I drafted them first
Yeah,
in fantasy.
they are one of the best defenses in football,
I
if not the
believe in
best.
them. Um, but this week is going to be the end.
Yeah,
I don't think that they can emerge
I agree.
victorious.
I agree, but for a different reason. I think the
Okay.
Patriots are going to win because of their special teams. All year long, Patriots have been turning the field with punt returns, kick returns. Their punt coverage team has been exceptional. And I
It's a
think
home game, right?
home game for Denver. So I
Okay.
think in this matchup where we have two elite defenses, field position is going to be so important. And I think special teams comes in much bigger of a role in these kind of games. I think the Patriots have the edge by a mile.
Yeah.
Looking at the NFC, I have to watch another former Jets quarterback in the championship game, Sam Darnold against the Rams. Rams, I feel like they've been struggling these playoffs. They really have.
Is struggling the word you want to use for the team that's been winning those games, though? I
But
don't
like
disagree, maybe perhaps with that description, but I don't know. I don't know how to feel about the Rams. They found a way to win. That's
they
different
did.
from years past, where they had some difficult games and they went home those games.
So the Panthers game should never have been that close. Like the fact that
Ah, da, da. Hold on. I uh I wanted to feel that way when I first saw the matchup, but after seeing the Panthers play that hard and seeing kind of just where they're at, I don't know. I think they've been at that level for weeks, and we all kind of refuse to acknowledge that. And I think
if they were
the
at
way
it
it
for
culminated
weeks,
was the perfect culmination for how their season was kind of like progressing.
still like
I
yes,
wanted to discredit the Rams for the way in which they played in that game. Like you, I also felt as though they struggled. I don't disagree that they struggled, but I also think that a lot of that ended up kind of being more about the Panthers being better than we thought they were than it was the Rams being worse than we thought they were.
And to that point, that's why I have to go Seattle here because Seattle is just better than I thought they were. I'll be honest. I had San Francisco winning the NFC this year. After the playoffs were made, I had the Niners going all the way to the Super Bowl, maybe not winning, but making it. And wow, Seattle just absolutely mollywopped them. Like it wasn't close ever. And I guess credit to Mike McDonald. If he's not coach of the year, I think there's been a mistake. Because I think you look at that Seahawks roster and like, who's their number 2 receiver? Aging Cooper Cup. Sure, JSN is great. K9 Kenneth Walker, I don't think is a good RB1. The committee is awesome.
I got
K9
that dog in me.
Yeah, K9 and Sharp as a committee is great. Sam Darnold, we know is not great.
I wanted to talk about this week, right?
Yeah.
Last week during the game at Buffalo Wild Wings, we were talking about how you were talking about Charbonnet being the better back in that Seahawks backfield. And I was trying to tell y'all, because literally over your shoulder as it was happening, K9 was having a great game. And he's been having a great season. And I think them in tandem is a great combination for the Seahawks. But I also think he's the more important back in that backfield. So while I do think they're going to suffer from not having Charbonnet's production, I also think that K9 is going to be able to fill that void in a way that you guys aren't necessarily expecting, similar to the way David Montgomery and or Jahmyr Gibbs are interchangeable.
And I think this is where we kind of see the debate on can a running back that's thrived in a committee also thrive as the workhorse? Like Travion Henderson, I'll be honest, he's much better in a committee. When Ramondre was out, Travion was only getting like 2.5, 3 yards a carry. When
Shout out to the bottom feeders. I watched Ramondre in the postseason, or not postseason, preseason a couple years ago, and I picked him up in this league, and I've been riding with him ever since.
Yeah, I mean it's
when available.
I think we're gonna see Kenneth Walker struggle a lot. I just don't think he has the ability to be a workhorse 80-90% of snaps back. I think the reason he's good is because he has Charbonnet to kind of bounce back and forth, keep his legs fresh. Against that stout Rams defense, I don't know if he's going to be able to keep it up, but I don't think it's going to matter. I think Seahawks win by 15 points.
And you know what? I'll say this in closing. I disagree with you, but I disagree with you because I agree with you in the sense that I don't know what the Seahawks offense is going to be able to generate. And I think this new challenge is going to be something that they can't necessarily overcome when they have to score with the Rams offense in this week, right? So that's what I'll say.
So are you choosing the Rams or the Seahawks?
The Rams. I'll come with the Rams this week.
Interesting. So you have Rams, Patriots. I have Seahawks, Patriots. Either way, it's going to be a rematch from the last decade, which is kind of cool. Even if it's Broncos, Seahawks, that's a rematch from the last decade. Broncos, Rams. Has that ever happened before?
Might be, perhaps.
Did John Elway ever take one of his teams to the chip against the Rams? Well, who knows? We're way over time, so we'll wrap it up now. Thank you guys so much for listening to the Bottom Feeders episode. Who knows what by now? Malcolm, any last words of the people?
Subscribe,
and we will see y'all.
If you enjoyed the vibe, like and subscribe.
Also, if you have your own fantasy punishments you want to send us, we can talk about it.
At gmail.com.
Bottomfeederspod@gmail.com. It should be showing up here or there or anywhere on the screen. Thank you guys so much for watching.
One of those places.
And we will see you guys next week when we have our Super Bowl matchup figured out. Peace, guys.
In pastel shades, hues are faded. Those colorways so outdated. Lost in the ways that you played it. Lost in the ways that you made it. Lost in the wave of my greatness. Drowning in haze of the faintest. Loud to the face, got me faded. Had need a chase and we wasted.